So do you want to play the opening of the overture?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Bob Eisenstein, music director, he understood what the musical language was because he's worked with early music for many years, and I, of course, understood the way it was going to function. But the other people on the production team and the actors, they weren't familiar with this Baroque style of music, and they were wondering, how can we make this function in this larger production? The music wasn't brought to the front of the process, and because we didn't start tackling it till the second week of rehearsal, it became a source of anxiety.
I have to say my first impressions of the music were that they didn't quite suit the atmosphere and texture that the story of Macbeth on the barren heaths of Scotland would sort of suggest.
All right, here we go. Thank you, Bob.
Working closely with Bob, it's proved that we actually can find other music of the period that will create some of that.
The challenge for us has been to come to a way of integrating the music that we have with a more modern kind of stage direction.
All right, we have something we'd like to try.
It's been an interesting process.
Now we're in a very good balance between sort of music that does support the witchcraft and the skullduggery and the violence, and also look to and experience the sort of restoration style performance that would have been experienced at the time.
One thing that's been interesting about our process so far and the way we're handling this production of Macbeth is that the stage director wishes to have musical cues just as you would in a film or a more modern stage play. We're using them in an entirely 21st century way, but the music itself, in the little snippets that you'll hear under speaking and in between scenes and as scene transitions, those are bits of music from the period.
For it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Fleon, his son too, keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than that of Banquo's. He too must embrace the fate of that dark hour.
Fortunately, we're sitting up in the inner above the theater as we're in the rehearsal process, and if something's not working, then we try something else.
Still a little long, but we'll talk about that. Maybe we can start it.
Okay, I think we can alter it.
Is because of the necessity to keep the drama moving along. Most of these musical interpolations are quite short. So if I had planned to use, for instance, an entire 2-minute piece, which isn't very long in the scheme of things for a musician, that's way too much music. So we often find we're just doing one little refrain from a 2-minute piece.
All hail Malcolm, King of Scotland!
It's a little on the money right now, but it's fine. For right now, keep it, we'll lock it, we'll talk when we see the whole thing, yeah?
And we wanted to try to recover what Samuel Pepys called that strange perfection of Restoration Shakespeare, to see on stage how the musical component and the spoken drama and spectacle might all work together. I had the music in my head. I'd edited the witches' songs that we're using in the production, so I knew these pieces very, very, very well. But to see our wonderful set of acting singers perform them on stage, and to see what our director has creatively done with those scenes to make them of a piece with the very dark vision that he has for this version of Macbeth has been wonderful.
You're singing these sprightly little tunes, but hear the Macduffs standing in front of you looking terrified. And I just think that we wouldn't be able to have that if we weren't doing the whole production. But it is tricky, and you have to keep a check on your own enthusiasm and how much you're running around and how much you're dancing, and kind of prepare yourself for, okay, well, in 16 bars, I know I'm going to have to take a big breath and sing a long phrase. Everyone keeps saying the music is a character in this play. And, Davenant took out a lot of the characters, right? And so to insert music as this other character, I think brings the play a lot of continuity.
There's this come, come, come away chorus that the whole cast sings. And so I hear the actors singing these really catchy tunes that Eccles has produced. They seem to really enjoy participating in the music now that it's become familiar to them, now that they understand its function in the drama. It's become a source of pleasure rather than a sense of anxiety.
It's just really special to see it staged and get away from the sheet music and get it open and alive.
What he has lost, noble Macbeth has won.
There's a lot of wonderful material there. There's great music that can be used. The texts are really interesting and really different, and we need to do more of these pieces.